Did I read somewhere that you actually worked on a project that Denzel Washington was directing?
I met him in a gym. Um, this is a good story for you. I my rookie year, I played on a basketball team. We had this celebrity basketball. He was the coach of my team, and Arsenio Hall was the coach of another team. So
Wow.
that was back in '93. So I had kind of like a segue. He walks in the gym, and I have a segue. And believe me, he's in straight Denzel mode. He's tucked in the corner. Nobody messes with him, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I just walked over there and hey, you remember me? Of course he didn't. But he started talking to me about at that time John David was at Morehouse, uh,
His son? Yeah,
his
yeah,
son.
yeah.
And he started telling me about him. Um, and it was a cool little 10-minute conversation. And for the next 2 years, I would see him and it'd be nothing. It's like a what's up kind of a deal. And mind you, he was gone. He would be around for 6 months, then leave for 6 months, and he was sporadically inside and out or in and out. Um, but it was just like that. And then one day, uh, I was on a bike, and well, he was on a bike, and I was lifting. And he said, "Hey, Bo, come here." And I went over there, and he just talked to me for about an hour. I swear, I learned so much in that hour. It may be longer, but I think that's what broke the seal. So every day after that, it was you get your workout in. I get my workout in, and then there's Denzel time.
Wow.
We will literally sit there and talk forever. So one night, and mind you, for the next, I guess, next 2 years, I didn't uh I didn't tell him my ambition. I didn't tell him what I wanted to do because I felt like our friendship was authentic and it was organic, you know. Um,
Mhm.
so I just left it alone, and then I had and this is when he was going to uh, direct Great Debaters, 2007, I think that was. So one night, I had a dream, right, and I haven't told him this, but if you remember you remember Training Day, his
Oh
character.
yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So my dream, my dream was I was chasing Lonzo. He was in the car. He was in the same. I think it's a Cutlass. He was in the black Cutlass. So I was chasing him in the downtown streets, and the road was like this. It's a roller coaster road, and then all of a sudden I hit it, boom, and I crashed into the downtown building. Now in the dream, you know how dreams are. I felt like I died,
Mhm.
but it was so peaceful. And the only people in that dream was my immediate family and a whole bunch of white folks that I didn't know. so, so, so when I saw him the next day, I don't know, something just raised me out of the chair and said, "Go tell him." So I said, "Look, I wanted to know if I could shadow you for uh, the great debaters that you're going to direct." And I had no idea where the location was or anything. He said, "Okay, uh, of course you can." Then he says, "We're filming in Shreveport, Louisiana, and I don't have nothing in the budget for you." At this time, my money ain't right. I can't make have a 10-day trip to Shreveport, Louisiana. I can't do it. So I go back. Um, at the time, the modeling agency was upstart. We were doing well. Me and uh, the owner of the place that I interned, we started our own company. So
Mhm.
I was telling her about it. She said, "Philip, I have points. If Denzel Washington wants you to go to Shreveport, Louisiana, you're going to Louisiana." So she paid for it for the flight. And then I was telling my mom, I was like, "Mom, Denzel wants me to go. I don't. I got the flight covered, but I don't know I'm a stay in a hotel for 10 days kind of a deal. She said, Phillip, we have family in Shreveport. What? So I land and I go to these people's home I'd never met, who's supposed to be family. And there's a big banner on the garage that says, "Welcome to Shreveport, cousin Phillip."
Wow.
Balloons and everything. I'm telling you, this is really happened. So, food, it was on and all that stuff. So I'm sitting there and they were like, "Why are you here?" I said, "Well, Denzel is on a set down here, and I don't know where it is. I don't have anybody to contact or anything." And one of the guys said, "Man, I'm assistant wardrobe on that set." I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah." So he gave me the address. I rented my car, gave me an address, and I went there. And he was like, it was incredible. I'm in the director's bay with him, Felipe Rousselot, who's an Oscar-winning cinematographer, Todd Black, who's one of the biggest producers in Hollywood, and me. And
Wow.
I'm sitting there soaking in. I got my pad and just soaking in for the good 10 days. I was there, and then our relationship you know expanded from that point.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
Whoa.
right?
Especially how, well, it was meant to be. Let's face it.
Now see, and that's one thing that I've learned. This life, man, things are going to happen, good or bad. But it's the place that you're in with yourself that usually dictates that. That was just one of the instances that I'm supposed to meet this man. I'm supposed to learn from this man. All of that to propel me to where I'm still going. But it's definitely meeting him and building the relationship and the authentic relationship with him that I built was definitely one of those meant to be, because I was talking to you about mentor and somebody who could snatch me up. He's definitely a person in my life that was that for me.